Chapter 2.
After finishing the cake that says, "Eat me," Alice grows to 9 feet tall and finds that she can barely get an eye down to the doorway. She begins to cry, and her massive tears form a sizable pool at her feet. The White Rabbit reappears and mutters to himself about keeping a Duchess waiting. Alice attempts to speak to him, but he scuttles away, leaving behind his gloves and fan. Alice picks up the fan and begins fanning herself. She musses on the possibility that she may not be Alice, but someone else entirely. To determine if she knows all that Alice is supposed to know, she starts to recite her lessons. She finds that she gets the recitations wrong and considers the idea that she may not be Alice, but possibly a girl she knows named Mabel. Since Mabel knows very little, it makes sense to Alice that her confusion over the lessons must indicate that she has somehow become Mabel. If she is Mabel, there is no reason for her to find her way out of the well to rejoin the city. Even though she is confused about her identity, she knows that she must find a way out of the well and back to the world above ground. Alice realizes that the fanning motion causes her to shrink, so she fans herself down to a size that will allow her to fit through the door. Once again, Alice has forgotten the key, but before she can become upset, she tumbles into a pool of salt water. She thinks she has fallen into the sea, but quickly realizes that she is swimming in her own giant tears. As she swims, she comes across a mouse, whom she asks for help. The mouse doesn't understand Alice, so she tries to speak French to him. The mouse becomes offended, so she changes the subject to dog. The talk of dogs only frightens the mouse more, and he begins to swim away. Alice promises to stop talking about cats and dogs if the mouse will come back. The mouse swims back to Alice, telling her to follow it to shore, where he will tell his story to explain his hatred for cats and dogs. Now, accompanied by several other animals that have fallen into the pool, including a duck, a dodo, a lory, and an eaglet. Alice and the mouse swim to shore.
Next to Chapter 3.